We are already in 2026, and right now, whether you feel it or not, the gap is forming. Not in money, not in status, but in mentality. Some people are stepping into this year sharper, calmer, more disciplined than they have ever been. Others are carrying the same habits, the same emotional weaknesses, the same excuses that quietly held them back before. Nothing dramatic changes at first. The difference is subtle, invisible. But by the end of this year, it will be undeniable. 2026 is not asking who you want to become. It is revealing who you already are. And the truth is uncomfortable. This world is faster, harsher, more competitive, and more mentally demanding than ever before. Attention is fragmented, pressure is constant, comfort is everywhere. And most people are mentally unprepared for the weight of it. This video is not motivation. It is a recalibration. Because the mentality that feels normal today is not strong enough for where this year is going. The first mentality you must adopt in 2026 is simple, but brutal. Comfort is no longer neutral. Comfort is no longer rest. It is no longer recovery. Comfort is now a quiet form of self-betrayal. Everything around you is designed to reduce effort. One-click solutions, endless entertainment, instant relief. Every system rewards avoidance and punishes patience. And slowly, without realizing it, tolerance for discomfort disappears. Tasks feel heavier. Focus feels harder. Discipline feels unnatural. That is not a coincidence. In 2026, discipline is not about intensity. It is about consistency under resistance. The strongest people this year are not the loudest. They are the ones who act even when their mind pushes back. They do not wait to feel motivated. They do not negotiate with discomfort. They move first and let confidence catch up later. If you are still waiting for the right time, you are already behind. The second mentality shift defines who breaks and who adapts. Your emotions are not instructions, they are information. Most people live emotionally reactive lives. They feel stress and shut down. They feel anger and explode. They feel fear and retreat. In 2026, emotional weakness is expensive. It costs opportunities. It costs relationships. It costs respect. Mental toughness does not mean being emotionless. It means being ungoverned by emotion. Calm becomes an advantage. Control becomes leverage. Stillness becomes power. When pressure rises, the undisciplined panic. When uncertainty appears, the weak hesitate. But those who train emotional control move decisively while others are overwhelmed. If you cannot regulate your internal state, you cannot control your external results. And in this year, that difference decides who leads and who follows. The third mentality you must internalize is uncomfortable but freeing. You are responsible even when it isn't fair. The environment is not adjusting to you. The system is not slowing down. And fairness is not part of the equation. Complaining does nothing but drain energy. Blame feels relieving, but it removes power. In 2026, responsibility is not a burden. It is a weapon. When you take ownership, you regain control. When you stop explaining and start adapting, you become dangerous. Victim thinking keeps people trapped in cycles. Ownership breaks them. The strongest individuals this year are not those with perfect circumstances, but those who refuse to let circumstances dictate their behavior. They adapt faster. They recover quicker. They move forward regardless. Now comes the mentality most people avoid because it requires identity change. Your standards must rise before your results do. If you still tolerate inconsistency, half effort, broken promises to yourself, then nothing outside you will change. Your results are not random. They are reflections of what you allow. In 2026, self-trust is currency. And self-trust is built through action, not intention. Every time you do what you said you would do, even when it is uncomfortable, you reinforce a new identity. Every time you avoid, delay, or rationalize, you weaken it. This year does not reward talent alone. It rewards reliability. Become someone who follows through. Become someone who does not need external pressure. Become someone whose word to themselves is non-negotiable. That identity changes everything. Here is a truth most people never confront. Information is no longer the advantage. Execution is. Everyone has access to knowledge. Everyone knows what they should do. But very few apply pressure consistently. In 2026, thinking is not enough. Planning is not enough. Even intention is not enough. Action under discomfort separates the disciplined from the distracted. The people who win this year are not doing more. They are doing what matters, even when it feels heavy. They remove noise. They protect focus. They choose long-term strength over short-term relief. And slowly, their lives begin to compound. This year is exposing mental fragility, short attention spans, low frustration tolerance, emotional dependency on validation. But it is also rewarding those who rebuild themselves quietly, those who train their mind daily, those who master emotional control, those who stay consistent when no one is watching. Most people will feel inspired briefly, then return to the same patterns. But a small percentage will decide differently. They will stop consuming and start applying. They will stop reacting and start responding. They will stop waiting and start becoming. And by the end of 2026, the separation will be impossible to ignore. If you want to be part of that group, if you want content that sharpens your thinking, strengthens your discipline, and develops emotional control, then subscribe. Not for motivation, not for comfort, but for mental development. This channel exists for those who want mastery over their mind, their reactions, and their direction in life. We do not chase hype here. We build mental strength. 2026 is already unfolding. The only question left is whether you rise with it or remain exactly where you are. Train the mind. Unleash the monster.